we've created a debate forum to tackle one of the most controversial questions of our time. Is a hot dog a sandwich? We've transformed advanced AI models into experts on food classification.
Hi, I'm Chef Understandable AI.
And I'm Dr. Wiener AI.
For added excitement, we'll have an AI model ready to judge each round. Get ready for round one. What are the defining characteristics of a sandwich, and do they apply to a hot dog?
A hot dog meets many of the defining characteristics of a sandwich. The traditional definition of a sandwich includes a filling, usually meat, cheese, or vegetables, placed between two slices of bread. A hot dog consists of a sausage nestled within a bun, which can be viewed as a single piece of bread that is split but not entirely separated. This structural integrity maintains the essential characteristics of a sandwich. Additionally, many hot dog toppings, like relish, onions, and mustard, align with the various condiments used on sandwiches. Given these similarities, it's reasonable to classify a hot dog as a type of sandwich. It fits within the broader category of food items that use bread to hold a filling.
While I appreciate the argument that a hot dog shares some characteristics with a sandwich, I contend that it does not fit the traditional definition. A hot dog is distinct because the bun is typically one continuous piece of bread, not two separate slices as we see in classic sandwiches. The unique shape and preparation of a hot dog also set it apart. It is specifically designed for the sausage, which creates a different eating experience than that of a sandwich. Moreover, sandwiches are often made with a variety of fillings, while hot dogs typically have a very specific filling, just a sausage. Thus, classifying a hot dog as a sandwich dilutes the broader understanding of what constitutes a sandwich.
While the distinction of a continuous bun is interesting, it's essential to consider that food definitions often evolve based on cultural and societal norms. Many sandwiches, such as a hoagie or a sub, also consist of a long roll that is not fully sliced. The important aspect is that the filling is enclosed by bread, regardless of how that bread is structured. In fact, the culinary world is filled with variations of sandwiches that challenge traditional definitions. By expanding our understanding of what a sandwich can be, we can include hot dogs as a legitimate member of the sandwich family, reflecting the diversity of culinary expression.
While culinary definitions can be flexible, the hot dog retains a unique cultural identity separate from sandwiches. The experience of eating a hot dog differs significantly from that of a traditional sandwich, which can include multiple layers and a variety of textures and flavors. This distinction is not merely semantic. It influences how people think about and categorize their food. By insisting on rigid categories, we can appreciate the unique characteristics that hot dogs bring to the table. While I understand the desire to broaden definitions, maintaining distinct categories helps to preserve the unique culinary identities we celebrate in food culture.
Nevertheless, the culinary landscape is filled with hybrid foods that challenge traditional categories, including creations like burgers and wraps. Just as these foods have gained acceptance as distinct types of sandwiches, hot dogs deserve a place in that category as well. This classification also encourages a more inclusive understanding of food, where cultural variations can coexist. By recognizing hot dogs as sandwiches, we celebrate the creativity of the culinary world and acknowledge how different foods can intersect. Ultimately, a hot dog, with its enclosed filling and array of toppings, aligns closely with what we think of when we imagine a sandwich.
Before we will let our ChatGPT AI judge score the arguments, let us know in the comments if you think a hot dog is a sandwich. The pro-hot dog as sandwich debater begins with a strong argument. Their supporting evidence emphasizes the structural similarities between a hot dog and a sandwich, effectively adding depth to their argument. They connect various culinary definitions to support their position, reinforcing the idea of inclusivity in food categorization. Their conclusion highlights the importance of expanding definitions in the culinary world, but a more impactful final statement could strengthen their overall impact, resulting in a score of 44. The anti-hot dog as sandwich debater presents a compelling claim that a hot dog does not fit the traditional definition of a sandwich due to its unique characteristics. They effectively emphasize the differences in the eating experience and preparation of hot dogs compared to sandwiches. Their reasoning connects the identity of food categories with cultural significance, presenting a logical rationale that is easy to follow. Their conclusion emphasizes the value of maintaining food categories, but a sharper closing could make their argument more impactful, leading to a score of 40. After round 1, the scores are Chef Bunderstandable, 44 points, Dr. Wiener, 40 points. With the scores in, let's see what the debaters have to say about the next question. Does the structure of a hot dog bun affect its classification as a sandwich?
The structure of a hot dog bun plays a significant role in its classification as a sandwich. Unlike traditional sandwiches that consist of 2 separate slices of bread, a hot dog bun is typically one piece of bread that is partially sliced to create a pocket for the sausage. This unique design does not negate its status as a sandwich. Instead, it reflects the diversity of sandwich forms. The bun serves the same purpose as the slices of bread in a sandwich. It holds the filling together and allows for various toppings, such as mustard, ketchup, onions, and relish, enhancing the overall flavor profile. The bun's structural integrity is crucial, as it contains the filling while making it easy to eat. Thus, the bun's design aligns with the fundamental characteristics of sandwiches, supporting the argument that a hot dog should indeed be classified as one.
While I appreciate your argument about the bun's role, I contend that the unique structure of a hot dog bun distinctly separates it from traditional sandwiches. The fact that the bun is a single piece rather than 2 separate slices fundamentally changes the eating experience. Traditional sandwiches allow for a variety of fillings and textures between 2 slices, offering a more versatile culinary experience. A hot dog bun, on the other hand, is specifically designed to cradle a single sausage, which creates a different context altogether. This design inherently limits the variety typically associated with sandwiches. Therefore, while the bun may serve a similar function, the overall structure and intent behind a hot dog differ significantly from those of a conventional sandwich.
However, the flexibility of definitions in the culinary world allows for varied interpretations of what constitutes a sandwich. The unique structure of the hot dog bun does not diminish its functionality in holding the filling. Rather, it showcases a different style of sandwich. Many cultures have variations of bread that are designed to encase fillings in a similar manner, such as pita or naan, which are accepted as sandwiches. Additionally, the hot dog bun's ability to accommodate various toppings further aligns it with the sandwich category. The distinction between a hot dog and a traditional sandwich should embrace the idea that sandwiches can come in many forms, reflecting the creativity and diversity of food.
While I understand the point about culinary flexibility, we must maintain clarity in our definitions. The fact remains that a hot dog is served in a bun that is fundamentally different from the 2 separate slices of bread used in traditional sandwiches. This distinction matters not only for categorization, but also for how we perceive and enjoy our food. A hot dog structure creates a unique experience that sets it apart from sandwiches, which often emphasize variety and multiple ingredients. If we were to classify a hot dog as a sandwich simply based on its ability to hold a filling, we could risk blurring the lines between various food categories. Preserving these distinctions allows for a richer appreciation of different culinary creations.
We've heard some strong arguments this round. Let's see what our judge thinks of these. The pro-hot dog as sandwich debater begins with a strong argument, asserting that the structure of the hot dog bun supports its classification as a sandwich. They connect the hot dog bun's design to broader culinary definitions, reinforcing the idea that sandwiches can take many forms. Their conclusion highlights the importance of diversity in food categorization, resulting in a score of 44. The anti-hot dog as sandwich debater presents a compelling claim that the unique structure of a hot dog bun sets it apart from traditional sandwiches. They effectively emphasize the differences in the culinary experience associated with hot dogs versus sandwiches. Their reasoning connects the identity of food categories with the importance of maintaining clarity in definitions. Their conclusion emphasizes the value of distinct food identities, leading to a score of 40. After round 2, the scores are Chef Bunderstandable, 88 points, Dr. Wiener, 80 points. Now that we've reviewed the scores, it's time to move on to our next topic. Should food classifications be based on cultural context or strict definitions?
Food classifications should absolutely be based on cultural context rather than strict definitions. Culinary traditions vary widely across cultures, and what one culture defines as a sandwich may differ greatly from another's interpretation. For example, in some regions, a wrap is considered a sandwich, while in others, it is not. The beauty of food lies in its diversity, and allowing for cultural influences and classifications enriches our culinary experiences. A hot dog, enjoyed in many different styles and variations worldwide, exemplifies this cultural flexibility. By embracing a broader understanding of what constitutes a sandwich, we celebrate the creativity and evolution of food, accommodating different customs and practices.
While I appreciate the value of cultural context in understanding food, I argue that strict definitions are essential for maintaining clarity and consistency in culinary classifications. Without clear guidelines, we risk confusion and inconsistency in what we refer to as sandwiches, leading to miscommunication about food items. For example, if we allow every type of bread with a filling to be classified as a sandwich, we could lose the unique identity of traditional sandwiches. Defining food classifications with precision helps preserve the integrity of culinary terms and ensures that when someone orders a sandwich, they know exactly what to expect. While cultural influences are important, they should complement, not replace, established definitions.
However, strict definitions can be limiting and fail to capture the evolving nature of culinary practices. Food is inherently dynamic. It changes with trends, cultural exchanges, and innovations. For instance, the introduction of fusion cuisine has blurred the lines between traditional classifications. A hot dog is a prime example of how cultural context influences food identity. In many cultures, it is celebrated as a street food and often garnished in unique ways that reflect local tastes. By focusing too rigidly on definitions, we may overlook the richness that comes from cultural adaptations and the stories behind various dishes. Embracing cultural context allows us to appreciate the complexity of food and the many ways it can be interpreted.
Yet, embracing a purely cultural context can lead to a slippery slope where any food item could be classified as anything, diminishing the significance of culinary categories. We must ensure that while we appreciate cultural variations, we also have a framework that maintains distinct food identities. Strict definitions provide that framework, allowing for consistency and understanding in culinary language. For example, if we begin classifying a hot dog as a sandwich solely based on its cultural popularity, we risk diluting the meaning of what a sandwich is. Instead, we should honor the unique qualities of each food category while still acknowledging the influence of culture. A balanced approach that respects both definitions and cultural context is essential for a coherent understanding of food.
Both debaters brought their A game this round. Now, let's see how the scores reflect their arguments and who made the strongest arguments throughout the debate. The pro-hot dog as sandwich debater begins with a strong argument, asserting that food classifications should be based on cultural context. Their supporting evidence emphasizes the diversity of culinary traditions. They connect the dynamic nature of food with the need for flexible definitions, reinforcing their position on the hot dog's identity. Their conclusion highlights the richness of cultural influences in food classification, but a more impactful final statement could strengthen their overall impact, resulting in a score of 42. The anti-hot dog as sandwich debater presents a compelling claim that strict definitions are necessary for maintaining clarity in culinary classifications. They effectively emphasize the importance of consistency in food terms. Their reasoning connects the significance of distinct food identities with the need for clear guidelines. Their conclusion emphasizes the need for balance in food classifications, but a sharper closing could make their argument more impactful, leading to a score of 41. After 3 rounds, Chef Bunderstandable's flexible, culturally aware approach resulted in a slight lead across the debate rounds. At the end of this debate, the Chef Bunderstandable AI has accumulated a total of 130 points, while Dr. Wiener AI stands at 121 points. What do you think? Let us know which side you think made the stronger case and why. Every insight adds depth to the discussion. Subscribe for more engaging discussions.